Hi guys. So in the previous lecture we have developed customer microservice. So in this lecture we'll start developing with fraud detection service. So whenever customer registers to our system, we'll pass that customer ID to a fraud detection service, and this service will check if the customer is fraudster or a legitimate customer and send result back to the customer service. So we have developed this customer service to register a customer with us. So once this customer is registered, its customer ID will be generated and we'll send that customer ID to fraud detection service, which will verify authenticity of that particular customer. So we'll start creating this new service. So we'll create a new module, and we'll name it as a fraud detection SDK19, and it's under my joblogs microservice parent project. So we'll create it. So once it's created, you can see uh, its uh, project structure is created, and in pom.xml you can see it's pointing to a parent project, and its artifact ID is fraud detection, and it has some properties associated with it. So if you see here in fraud detection service, you can see these two dependencies which we have defined in parent pom have already been imported, and uh, we need some additional dependencies as well to interact with the databases and develop REST APIs. So you need to mention some more dependencies from Spring Boot. So we'll just mention, maybe we can just copy the same dependencies from customer. So we would need these same dependencies for fraud detection as well. We would need web, JPA, and PostgreSQL. So I'm just copying them. One more thing to notice here. So if you check in parent pom, you can see this new module is added into the modules. So this was already added, and when we created this fraud detection model, this is newly added into this pom.xml file. Yeah. So from the Maven project, from the Maven perspective, our setup is done. We would need some properties. So we'll create one application.yaml file .yml. So we'll mention the port. Just let me check if the dependencies are pulled. It's not pulled yet, so we'll just import. Yeah, so we have got the dependencies now. So now I think it will give the IntelliSense. Yeah, server.port. So our customer is running on 8081. We'll use 8082 here. We'll give application name as fraud. Then we'll just give some database properties. So we'll be connecting to my Java blog user only. So instead of customer, we'll create new database called fraud. So we'll be creating this new database for fraud detection microservice, and we'll be connecting to that database as we are following single database per microservice model. So we have created a separate database for this fraud detection microservice. You can create your own database, which can be either MongoDB, MySQL, but for simplicity purpose and saving the resources, I'm just creating a Postgres instance only for this particular tutorial. That's it for this lecture. See you in the next lecture. Thank you.